Yes, welcome to Cub's Corner, and I give directly to Greg, since it's late night with Greg.
Hello and welcome to Cub's Corner. All of the people are welcome everywhere. And we have a fun show for you today with lots of interesting topics. So, which one would you like to start out with, Cub?
No, we go after your list. It's your street. You know that.
All right. So maybe we should start out with the worst first. Um, I would say the Acolyte. Has anybody got a chance to see the Acolyte?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, it didn't just suck. This was, a new level of suckiness.
Oh,
Just
do you think so? Do you mean the gay witches that make the force now strings
yeah,
and
they
give it an
definitely went totally into the lesbian thing and the witches. Supposedly they wrote witches into some of the um,
EU?
comic or
Yeah, I
animated
think.
series or something, but I never saw it. And it's very jarring for me to have these witches, and basically it's just everything's upside down. The Jedi's are evil. Um, it reminds me of an episode of Cops. Did you ever see Cops, Cub, where they have
Yes,
these
yes, Greg. It's called
anime,
here in Germany. It's called the Acolyte. Your cops show.
right?
Yeah,
And that's what these people are acting like. It's like there's some sort of law enforcement agency, or they're supposed to seize children, and I don't even know what this series is.
wait a second. Can't you remember that in the original movies, when they confronted a rogue Jedi or a Sith or something like that, first thing they called him his rights and told him everything you now can say can put against you. Wasn't
Yeah,
that in the original Star Wars?
no, no, none
Mhm.
of this is true. It's
Yeah.
so weird seeing it. The Jedi, the way they kill off the Jedi, the murder mystery is so lame. I mean, it's terrible.
Yes, and
Um,
wasn't that even out of the legislation? Because this planet was not part of the Jedi, uh, where the Jedi even has what you call it, um, don't know the English word. Uh, Even if they are kind of cops, they can just control the planets that are joined to them or not.
yeah, correct.
And
Because
this,
part of the Federation or whatever, if we
yeah,
were talking
uh,
Star Trek.
yeah, like part of the Federation. And what I have understood was this planet was not part of it anyway, and the people were also not part of it anyway.
Yeah,
And they,
so how are they obligated to give up their children?
yes, and
And
also
why does that make any sense to anybody?
and also, why does nothing make any sense? Because they contradict themselves the whole time. They say the law says something like we can ask children to join us if they want to, but then they say in the same sentence, but just if you agree on it. But where's then the problem? I don't understand.
I
Because when
guess
they
they were
say
trying to uphold parental rights, which is not something that these people who write these kind of things are big
yeah.
on.
Yeah, but
If I can
why
phrase
do
it
they
like that.
say it in first part of the sentence that they kind of are allowed? It's their right to get the firstborn or whatever, and ask them to join, train them if they want to. But then in the same sentence they say, of course, just with your permission. What does this mean? I don't understand. The police comes to me and tells me we have the right to do this and that, and then tells me, but just with your permission. Then I tell them fuck off, and that's it.
And did that work? Were they able to just tell them to leave? Obviously not. So the permission thing, and they've set it up where the Jedi are the bad guys. There's no way. The witches the lesbian witches are awesome and perfect, and the Jedi are all evil. That's the show.
Yeah, and how are the Jedi even able to enter the planet without permission? Because
I guess they're kind of like the United States. We just poke our nose in and do what we want.
Yeah, but they can't just show up there and say something. Yes, we have the right to take the children, whatever. But then also mention that this planet is not even part of this Jedi system or whatever. I don't understand that.
Bazzil wants you to let him in, whatever that means.
Oh, let me in.
Excuse me.
It's this horror movie. It's this horror movie. Let me in. Let the right one in. Yeah, so sorry, Bazzil. I didn't see that. Didn't hear the noise when somebody wants to get in, and normally I get the noise, but not this time. Bazzil?
There we go. I was trying to communicate with him using telepathic ability.
Oh. Nice. Yeah. So and what was going on here with this Sith at the end of the last episode? They're supposed to be not seen for 1,000 years, but now they aren't anymore, or what?
Yeah, he said you can call me a Sith.
Yeah, and why is that? Because for me it looked like that he was not even sure what he is called. Because if he is a Sith, then you can call him. I would say, yes, call me Sith or whatever. But you can call me a Sith. What does it mean? So, is he a Sith or not?
Yeah, they're being coy. They're being stupid. They're trying to have it both ways.
Yeah, seems like that. I really
have their
confused.
cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Kat, could you manage to watch something from the Acolyte?
No, I didn't manage to with that one.
It's so bad. Boring.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's the paste of Ahsoka. It is as
It
boring.
makes Ahsoka look good. This thing is really bad. You know, when they were wandering around doing their lightsaber fight, the lightsaber fights look like something that the cosplayers would do. With, you know what I mean, at the convention or something.
Yeah, something like that. And also, but aren't they supposed to be the best last lightsaber fights since?
No, that's what they said. I was really looking forward.
Duel of Fates or whatever.
And the ridiculous use of these knives and stuff, it makes it seem stupid. I don't know how, but what we had a futuristic battles, but if you're reducing it just back to knives and swords, it makes it seem ridiculous.
Yeah, wait a second. But isn't it usual that you cut your hair with a lightsaber?
Oh God, that was terrible too. She was able to cut her hair and instantly become her twin sister. I'm telling you, this is like watching, what was that, The Parent Trap from the 60s, where they have the one girl and she does both the thing. But the girl who did that was far better than this actress that they picked here.
Yeah, but I thought this is more like watching Spaceballs or not. Yeah, this would be Spaceballs Part 2, Search for More Money, because it's a parody of Star Wars or not. The whole act.
It's a parody. Yeah, Spaceballs. But Spaceballs had more dignity or something, because it was going for comedy. This is trying to pretend that it's drama when it's not drama. I mean, it's funny in that it's so bad. You know, they say this thing cost $200 million, but the set, the sets on this last episode, you know what they reminded me of? The old Land of the Lost Saturday morning TV show with the grumpy dinosaur. Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Did Spaceballs also had fire in space? Or did they think back then, no, that's too stupid? Nobody is going to laugh about that if you do a fire in space.
Fire in space. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Yeah, and also these witches, they have so they impregnate.
It's like watching grade schoolers trying to do a play or something. Maybe sixth graders or something. That's about at the level of the acting, especially of the main character. And when they have her switching back and forth, I'm not able to tell when she's supposed to be one or the other. She's just a terrible actress.
Yeah, because they become. It's really mysterious, maybe because of the strings or force. Because these witches impregnate themselves with the string.
Oh my God! Yeah, they impregnate themselves using the
and then they get twins that don't look like each other, that clearly don't are not what you call it, the same. That don't look the same when they're children, but they look the same when they are adults.
Because it's the same actress.
Yeah, because
it's the same actress when they're younger, which was a really stupid decision.
Yeah, for some reason, and really, and also the twins, they don't look like each other, and they also don't look like any of the two mothers. They don't, and
That's
even the
weird.
mother that gives birth to them with the horns and so on. Why has no of the twins has any horns or something like that, or looks a little bit at least like one of the mothers? I don't get that.
You can question the stuff all day. You're not going to get any answers from us because none of it makes any sense. Hey, did you get a chance to see the Acolyte Bazzil?
Yeah, I saw it. It was terrible. I didn't care for it at all.
Okay, well, tell us what you thought.
Another typical Disney feminist bullshit movie. That way. Yeah, like I said, a bunch of worthless lesbians.
Yeah, but Bazzil, I don't understand. Where's the problem if you take your lightsaber to cut your hair? Isn't that the usual way Jedis cut their hair with a lightsaber?
It seems like it would really shrivel if you tried to cut it. Because we're not talking about a steel blade. We're talking about what? A plasma energy? And you're using that to trim your hair?
Yeah, and also...
Don't you think that would be kind of obvious?
Isn't a lightsaber a very dangerous weapon that it's really, really hard to handle? That you should really, really be a master in that even to use it, because otherwise you couldn't even use it because it's such a dangerous weapon.
And does anybody else have trouble understanding what this Chinese guy is saying? I know he didn't speak English and he learned English for this role, but it's like listening to Steven Seagal. Have you ever heard his movies? He mumbles and stuff through. You can't understand what he's saying. I can't understand what the stupid Jedi is saying. And then when I can't understand him, he's saying something incredibly stupid.
He's saying the whole time, I want back to Squid Game. This is not Squid Game. You lied to me. That's what he's saying the whole time. Or not.
All right, Bazzil's back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear. Basil, what was your favorite episode of this 5 episodes from Acolyte till now? What was your favorite one?
I didn't care for any of it at all. It was all terrible. From the second the credits started to roll, I knew it was going to be horrible.
They just seem to get worse.
Wasn't it the scene
where... the opening scene, I thought, well, maybe it might be interesting. I gave it a chance to say it is Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I've always liked it as a kid, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Maybe it doesn't make any sense at all.
But basically, the opening scene wasn't from Star Wars; it was from Matrix, or not? They put the wrong movie in at the beginning, and then you had this Matrix scene.
Okay, since we're discussing the opening scene, there's one part on there. Do you remember when she reaches and she grabs the black girl with the force and she pulls her towards her?
Yeah.
Like dragging her? Okay, I swear, the only other place I've seen that, like that exactly, was on the Star Wars Hotel. People took in cameras, and at the very end of the 2 days, they had Rey and what's his face battling, and then he grabs her and he pulls her across, and they use a conveyor belt to do that, and it was so lame when I saw it there, and I saw it again. It made me burst out in laughing. It's moments like that take you out of the moment and ruin it, and it ruined it for me within like 2 minutes of the opening of the show.
Yeah, and also, did you recognize that these coven of witches, of lesbian witches, the only force or string or whatever what they practice is pushing people? This is a coven of pushers or something like that, because the only thing they do with the force is just pushing. So they push 1 or push 2, and that's the big force use what they're doing. It's just pushing, nothing else. So I don't know.
I don't even see it as a Star Wars show. I'm gonna have to. I can't have this as part of my canon. So for me, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, you mean it doesn't exist like Obi-Wan Kenobi or like Ahsoka or like what?
This one's special. The others are just irritating. This one goes way too far.
You mean it's not so accurate like Boba Fett, where you had this 50s motorbikes?
Oh man, the moped gang?
Yeah, the moped gang. You mean that was not so much Star Wars like that?
Okay, that was ridiculous. But you could have, theoretically, a moped gang. It's ridiculous that the mopeds were all brand new on an old planet. They should have done it totally differently. And maybe, they messed up just about every way they could.
And why were they so colorful? Why were they so colorful? This is also a thing. Shouldn't they be also gray and dirty or whatever? Why so colorful? I didn't understand that.
I don't know. That's a good question. Do you have anything more to say about this Bazzil or Cat?
No, I just didn't like it at all. Even with the opening scene where Chicky walks into a bar and she demands that the princess or the emperor use the force to fight her, and then she ends up killing her. That was a lame ass scene to begin with. Someone that's highly qualified and this supposed apprentice Jedi, wannabe Jedi, challenges somebody like that and they suddenly kill them with the greatest of ease. No, that's pussy ant.
Yeah, the woman that looks like one of the mothers of same species, I think, of the twins or not, with the horns. This X-23 girl. So she, as an apprentice, could keep up with the big bad guy who killed 5 Jedis before without any problems.
I bet they have some problems birthing those babies with those horns.
Yeah, and also, what is this stupid thing with the helmet to put a smiley face on it? Why should any Jedi or Sith or whatever do something like stupid like that?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Because it's written by Leslie Headland and her gang of
Yeah,
misfits.
yeah, and also the big reveal. I don't understand. So the motivation of this Sith guy was that he wants to be what he is. He wants to be a Sith and doesn't want to get disturbed by Jedi who didn't know that he even existed.
Yeah, how does that make sense? He had
And,
complete anonymity,
and
and he
also,
gave it up for what?
and also he wanted an apprentice, which he already had since 16 years. But he had already an apprentice, and nobody knew who he is. He could do whatever he wanted.
You're not going to be able to make sense of this thing, Cub.
Yeah, and also, what is his revenge story on the Jedi? Why did he care for the revenge of his apprentice here of Osha?
Why does he care about the witches at all? It seems like he'd see the witches as a possible enemy or another power source, certainly, that might see him as a bad person and want to get rid of him. So having them eliminated would probably be a good thing. If you're a Sith and you're looking at things in that nature, this is how Siths look at things. They're not all warm and fuzzy and, oh, let's all hug and let's get, revenge for those, women. No, they don't care about that. It doesn't make any sense that they would care about it because of the type of person that they are.
Yeah,
literally, some of the worst people in the galaxy, supposedly.
And how the hell did he even get his hands on Osha or on his apprentice? Because that would mean that he was on the planet when everything went down and people thought she was dead or whatever after the fire. But so this guy was also there, or what? But there were no people on the planet, especially no man.
Yeah, that's true.
So how?
And it kind of makes it look like they were killing the men off. And, I don't know.
Yeah. So how did they even meet? I don't understand that. Or did she tell him, "Oh, were these Jedi who killed my mother or my tribe or what?" It really doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. I guess we should move on. You said we were supposed to be moving faster this stream.
Yeah, but how can you move? You can't move fast with something so slow like this Acolyte shit.
That's true.
Yeah. So if we want to move faster, we have to push it over the edge of the ship into the water, and then we can move faster. Yeah. So what's the next thing?
Okay, next topic. Did anybody get a chance to see Inside Out 2? Cub did, or he wouldn't have put it on here.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
What do you think about it?
Okay, Bazzil, why don't you tell us about Inside Out 2?
Well, doggy. It is a interesting movie, I should say. Let me grab my note real quick. Cub, why don't you fill in for a minute?
Okay, so this is a Disney movie, and it's a sequel to Inside Out, which, it's been like 7 years or something since the other one came out.
I think it's a
what did you think about Inside Out 2, Cub?
I thought it was okay. I liked it even a bit more than the first one because I didn't like the first one at all. But the second one I thought was more entertaining because it reminded me a little bit on Indiana Jones and also a little bit on Fantastic Voyage. Especially Fantastic Voyage, I thought.
The one with Raquel Welch where they get shrunk down?
Yeah, where they get shrunk down. And when they try to get back into this, into the command, into the central command thing, they had kind of like an adventure like in Fantastic Voyage, I thought. And The only thing that I didn't like was the woke elements in there, because it was just about women, everything. Man didn't play any part of the story, and also this little girl is supposed to be her favorite thing is supposed to be ice hockey. Is that usual?
Ice hockey?
No.
And also that
Cat says no.
yeah, and also that a school has an ice hockey team of girls. I have never heard of that.
That wouldn't be
because-
a thing down here. We don't have the hockey team. At
Yeah,
least not in Houston. I mean, further north they would have
Yeah.
that. What do you think about all that, Kat?
I mean,
Oh yeah, this is about the kid wanting to join the hockey team. She's a new kid, school, young kid going through puberty, she's trying to find new friends, wants to join the hockey team and be part of the young crowd. And she starts playing. No, that's not
if this would be a hockey team, that I would understand. But especially ice hockey, I have never heard this is a women's sport even. This was the first time ever that I saw a female ice hockey team. And then the school has a camp to send out their best students, whatever, to select the girls for the team. So there's so many playing ice hockey as women, I mean, that they have even a camp to sort people out and things like that. What the fuck? And have you seen how diverse everything is? So her best friends, one is a Chinese and the other one is a black girl, of course, and that's it.
Right.
She has 0 white friends. And when you see the ice hockey team, there are also no whites there, or it seemed like. No, because she felt directly as a crush on this, I think, Mexican girl. And then there is even a Muslima, a complete disguised woman, which I know for a fact, when a woman runs around like that, here even in my town, in my little town here, I know a few of them. You are not even supposed to give them your hand for a handshake. This is forbidden. And she's supposed to be in an ice hockey team, full contact sport.
Yeah, that seems from what I know about hockey and stuff, it's mainly white people up there who love hockey so much. I mean, I'm sure there's some diversification, but I would be surprised to see a hockey team with no white people on it, or one white person.
And with sports where you break your bones, is it usual that there is even a female hockey team? Is that usual? I have never heard
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't want to get hurt. Yeah, I played soccer mainly instead of football. And one of the things was so I wouldn't end up with a bunch of injuries.
No, but Greg, wouldn't that make the same kind of sense if they would have a female football team?
Yeah.
And have you ever heard of that? A female football team?
No. Not unless you mean soccer.
Yeah, no, because these are kind of sports where you.
But I know you're talking about American football there.
Yeah, but these sports where you really, really regularly break your bones and things like that.
Women would not gravitate towards that. We have Kat here. I tried to get Kat. What do you think about it, Kat?
Yeah, Kat.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, but
no, I mean about Cub. I mean about Cub. Talking about the women on the hockey team. Is that a common thing up there?
No.
Because women would normally avoid things where they can break their bones so easily and also get
or get disfigured or something.
Yeah. It's not a woman thing. They would say no. I want to look
and
good.
hockey is a very aggressive sport. I mean, even
It
when you're just
is.
playing, like, we used to play street hockey, you
I'm
know, where
not
you do it
saying
in,
there aren't a few girls here and there, or what. There might be many. I don't know. I just don't know. But
but
some
from your
women like
experience,
things like that, you know. So I'm sure there's women that are playing full contact sports, but it's not the masses of us, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Because, I
I-
mean, nobody wants to walk around with a bunch of bangs and bruises on them all the time.
I think that's
I
what Cub
don't.
was saying.
yeah, yeah, and this thing bugged me the whole movie because I liked the movie kind of. I thought, yeah, it's okay, and okay from a woman's perspective, from a little girl, whatever, puberty. But why this stupid ice hockey thing? That didn't make any sense. And also this diversity in there with even I think a Muslima was also in there, which would never join an ice hockey. They would never join any sports team, by the way. But an ice hockey team, especially not.
No.
Okay,
No.
so basically, you give it a qualified recommendation.
Yes, I say it's okay, and the reason for that is you have to know before you watch the movie because it's Disney, and of course there have to be gay scenes in there, make people making out and scissoring and things like that, but it has not that, and I was shocked because the whole movie I was waiting for that she discovers I'm not into men, I'm into women, and then she makes out with the Latina guy, girl. I was waiting the whole time for that. But if you know, yeah, because it's a Disney movie, what are you expecting? There has to be gay scenes
Well,
in there.
luckily, you got to watch The Acolyte, so you got plenty of that there.
Yeah, and when people know beforehand that it's not gay, then they can enjoy it much better. Then they can
Yeah,
just
that's
enjoy
true.
it because I
So
hadn't.
that's cool.
Yeah, because I hadn't really the enjoyment because the whole time I was waiting for these gay scenes, and they didn't come, and so I thought, oh my God, the movie is not that bad. I thought.
Okay, so I guess we should move on to the next one.
Yeah.
This one is one that I added to the stream because I thought it had cultural significance and because we sometimes throw back to some great movies from the past. We don't just cover stuff that's come out last week. We also cover great or sometimes not so great movies from previous times. And this one is what's called a black exploitation movie from I believe 1972. It stars
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn, which was a
Oh
really
yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Highly
major
recommend.
actor. So it's called Across 110th Street. Were y'all able to see this Cub? Were you able to see it?
No, I couldn't get my hands on it. Sorry, it's here in Germany. It was not to get anywhere.
Now that's weird. Okay, what about you, Basil? Could you see it? Basil?
Yeah.
He was
But
here a minute ago, I swear.
Greg, it's possible that I have seen it back then, 100 years ago. And when you talk
Okay,
about it,
so
maybe I remember something. So
yeah, there
about
you go. As a Cat, have you had a chance to see it?
Yes, I have.
All right, let's let Cat start off.
Well, it's one of the mobster movies, and it's set in Harlem. And these guys dress up as cops and steal mob money. And yeah, it shows like what happens to them and whatnot. It's a pretty good movie, actually. I was in and out of the room a bit. It's got like an pretty good cast in it. I was looking at it here earlier. It has that Anthony Quinn in it.
Yeah, I don't remember a blaxploitation movie that had such a big actor in it. I was wondering if I should
Hmm.
even categorize this thing as blaxploitation, or if I would
You
just
know,
say,
I was gonna say that to you too. It's weird you mentioned that.
because isn't it more like just a reflection of the black experience?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and because because it had black producers, black directors, black actors everywhere, and it was set in Harlem, it had an authentic feel, and it was done by the people, and I think it has an authenticity that can't be replicated on a conveyor belt or a commercial thing. I think sometimes these movies were terrible because the writing and the budget and everything. And then every now and then, you've got one where you felt like you could smell the trash. You know,
yep,
you felt the hopelessness of these people trapped in this freaking ghetto,
right.
and
Yeah.
that came across to me. That's why I didn't like the black exploitation term with this, but I used it because that's what everybody says it is, and I kind of disagree. I was going to ask Cub about this as one of the reasons why I recommended it, but Cub didn't get a chance to see it. Maybe we can revisit it at some point when
Yeah.
Cub gets a chance to see it. But I would recommend it. I think
Oh yeah.
Basil liked it. And Kat, did you like the movie overall?
Oh, I did. I very much liked it.
Yeah, and by the way, I have seen the trailer at least, and the trailer reminded me a little bit of the movie that maybe I have seen it many years ago. And it looks good. It looks really interesting, and especially Anthony Quinn. I like him as an actor. Uh, most of his movies, I think he was a great actor. Very interesting one. Somebody like here Yul Brynner. He
Yeah,
was many interesting movies, and of course Yaphet Kotto is always good.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and
So
it has this feel like a blaxploitation movie, but also not, because it's not the typical blaxploitation movie. It's a very diverse movie, but really where you have same kind of uh, white actors and black actors, and also for others. I think Spanish actors are also in there, Italian. Yeah,
yeah,
here with Anthony Quinn, Italian. And yes, this is really a diverse movie,
yeah.
but naturally diverse, not this wannabe diverse like Acolyte. And yeah, yeah, it looked good. It looks good.
I think one of the things Basil was saying to me after he watched it was that the black actors of today don't reflect the authentic nature of where they come from, like they did in this movie. That these people were so believable that because it was an actual reflection of the time, and that today they don't have the opportunity to do that. There's nothing like a movie like this. I can't think of anything that's similar, and I doubt that anything like that's going to be made, because when they do feature the black actors, they're doing it for other political reasons. They're not trying to express the highest form of the art. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. And but this movie is really it's really something special. It looks like, at least like that. And I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to
think so.
try to find it somewhere that I can watch it. But as I said,
Okay, and when after you see it, we'll come back and we'll discuss it in a future stream.
yeah,
Basil, are you there? Did you want to talk about the 110th Street movie?
Oh, 100, yeah, it was great. I mean, Anthony Quinn has been in so many different movies. He was actually perfect for the role. You know, I mean, he starred in Zorba the Greek, Lawrence of Arabia, and some other really old movies right there where he was a great
Oh, there's so many good movies.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's always
I
portrayed.
think he was in Guns of Navarone too.
Especially with this particular movie here. I mean, he was a perfect fit for a typical 1950s, 1960s detective. And to some extent, it's true. I mean, a lot of the stuff they did was realistic. They actually
Now, they
did
showed him as what would be considered
get information out of them. And if they didn't feel like they were going to get the information out of them, they just eliminate them.
Yep.
You know, and mysteriously die on the way to the hospital or whatever happens. You know.
They cut that dude's balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Castrated.
I like that. I like this movie because it was edgy.
Yeah, the whole movie was edgy, and they kind of they would push the limits of what you could get away with racial epithets and stuff. But the blacks were as racist as the whites, and it was kind of a thing going. But they were learning to live together. There was a it's hard to explain it. I can't explain it. You kind of had to experience it back then. The turmoil and the riots and the issues between the races and stuff, and how we all worked it out. And it wasn't by clasping hands and singing "Kumbaya." There were people cussing back and right. If you listen to Sanford and Son, he's always talking about honkies. And when I go over my black or Mexican friend's house, sometimes, oh, it's the crazy white boy, run! Hide the food.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Sorry. Oh boy.
I'm gonna definitely need a drink.
Hey, that's a good idea. Going to grab one, but I'm not going to leave you because I'm wireless, as you know. I'm not bound by strings like other people. So,
okay. Has anybody anything else to say about this, or should we move to the next topic?
Yeah, let's move to the next topic.
Was there a particular topic you wanted to cover, Kat, or should we just go at random?
We don't go at random. You have a stupid
Just
list,
do
Greg.
your thing.
I knew that would set Cub off. Okay, the next one on the list is Fall Guy, but I didn't get a chance to see it. Hopefully Bazzil or somebody did. What about you, Bazzil? Did you see Fall Guy? I can't hear him. You're talking too low, Bazzil.
I think he can't hear us, or he has technical problems or something like that. Probably.
That's possible.
I don't know.
You think I gave him too long? Probably too. Okay, so next up.
The Fall Guy. Kat, could you see it?
No, I didn't get to see it, and I really wanted to see it.
Oh man, I did too. I like the old TV show. Did you like the old TV show, Kat?
Yes, I used to watch the show back when I was a little kid, so I kind of understood what was going on, but I didn't, and I just enjoyed it because I watched it with my dad.
No.
So, as the only one that has seen it, it sucks. It has nothing to do with the. No, it has nothing to do with the old TV show. That's why it sucks, because it's just the Fall Guy in name only. He calls himself Colt Sievers, but he isn't, because he's not bounty hunting. And the Fall Guy was the bounty hunter who was also stuntman and used his stunt work to get ahead in with his bounty hunting. And the show was about his bounty hunting. It was not about him being a stuntman.
Well, he gets involved with the producer from the first movie too in a romance, so it's sort of a. She gets jealous because he's moonlighting into a second movie, and she doesn't like the idea of it. But she's the one who hired him to find the missing actor. So I mean, what's her deal?
Yeah, yeah.
So
that's
did you
correct.
like the movie?
Overall, it wasn't a great movie, but it was okay.
But Basil, it had nothing to do with the Fall Guy, with the series.
Right.
Did you ever watch the TV series, Bazzil?
Yeah. Yeah, with Lee Majors, it was great.
Yeah,
it
Lee
was great.
Majors and
Yeah. And why did
otherwise
they
known as the $6 million man.
yeah. And why did they keep out the bounty hunter part? That was
why,
the
Basil?
series. Yeah, that was the TV series. It was him every episode. He was hunting a new guy or somebody who ran, and he has to catch him. That was the TV series, and
That was the whole show.
yeah, and that he was also stuntman. That was a side thing that helped him with his work, but it was not about him being a stuntman.
No.
And the movie, as I said, is just about him being a stuntman, and and then there is this actor that is missing, and he has an accident, and after. I don't want to spoil it if you don't have seen it and want to see it, but I tell you, it sucks. It's a hard sit through, especially because you don't know what you have to take serious or not, because it has a very inconsistent tone. Some things are dead serious, and some things are kind of for fun, but you never know, and you never care for the main characters, because they show early on that they're kind of have kind of nothing can happen to them, something kind of like that. They're resistant against everything, bullets or falls or whatever. And some of the stunts were just ridiculous. That they looked so fake.
So, like as stunt people, they couldn't be hurt.
Yeah, that's something like that. It was just it's so uninteresting. You really don't, because the whole movie most of the time is about another movie. She makes this science fiction movie, Love in Space or something like that, which is just boring and uninteresting. But you have to constantly watch that crap, how she makes this movie that you don't care for at all.
I'll give this movie one Bible sword.
Yeah.
One car.
Yeah, because it's her first movie, and the stuntman wants to help her, and because he loves her, and something like that. So it's really it's kind of a romance, but really you have to watch it. It's hard to explain, really. And
I think we lost Kat.
Yeah, I think we lost her, but when she comes in, I put her directly in when she comes in again. Hope. And and by the way, it was a big flop at the box office.
It didn't do well, did it? You think because they didn't follow? They must have been fans of the series who didn't go see it.
Yeah, they just wanted the name. They just stole the name from the series and called it Fall Guy, even if it wasn't a Fall Guy.
You know, if you made a real movie about the Fall Guy series, it would be good. Yeah. That's what makes me mad. That's a perfect thing, and it would have had an audience. Man, they're so stupid. Hey, Kat, you're back.
And especially the bounty hunting part. That was, why would you give away this interesting plot line? Doesn't make any sense. If you can use, if you have a guy who is a bounty hunter, that is interesting. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see just a stuntman. Yeah, but whatever.
Okay, I guess we should move on to the next one.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go
Cat
with the next one.
and Bazzil,
Yeah.
did y'all get to see Late Night with the Devil?
Yes, I did.
Yay.
Yay.
I do know what it's
Okay, well, I guess we'll go to Cat. So,
Oh, wow.
you want to set this one up, Cat?
Well, oh God, what was that dude's name? Jack Dempsey. It's about this late night TV host, and he makes a deal with the devil for his wife's soul, so he has a successful TV show because he's like always in the ratings against Johnny Carson. Well, you don't make a deal with the devil without having to pay for one way or another yourself. And it all comes back around because he has a guest on his show who is possessed. And there we are.
It almost seemed like he was
and then how at the
mocking
end
devil.
it comes to bite him in the ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
they have,
does.
they have a Halloween show, and this Halloween show, and also it's kind of made like found footage, like a found footage thing, where we get to see this show
Yeah.
that was never aired, something like that, or aired just one time and then never again, or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was live on Halloween and then never seen again because it had, deaths and stuff associated with it.
Yeah, and the whole movie is really the style of the movie is very, very nice. It looks like a real TV show, and
It
very
had an authentic
authentic.
feel, like a 1970s talk show.
Yeah, and it was very well cast. I thought this guy, the main character, he's this one guy from Suicide Squad, from the second one. This polka dot man, or what was his name? Can you remember, Greg?
Was
No.
he the second banana or whatever? I can't think of him now.
No, he was this polka dot man, I think, or this guy with the points here in the second Suicide Squad movie, in the good one.
I can't remember him.
Yeah,
all those characters just blend together for me.
Yeah, but he's a good actor. Seems like that, clearly, and the other people were also were also good in their roles, and I liked
It was
how
interesting. It had good writing, good acting, good casting. It had an authentic feel. I was impressed by the movie. I liked it.
Yeah. One of the few good movies from this, is that from this year or last year? I think this year.
Last year.
I think it's this year.
Yeah, this
No,
year.
it's last year.
Is it?
Really?
Oh, no, you're right. Nope. It was made last year, but they put it out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I would say one of the very few good movies this year, with a clearly recommendation or not.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. What about the rest of y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ringing recommendation from that.
It's okay. That's good. I love it.
Yeah.
So we go with one battle sword up, down, one battle sword up.
I never can make sense of your ranking system, Bazzil.
Very
But
complicated.
apparently you like the movie. So that's good. Okay,
Yeah,
so the next one on the list is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Did anybody get to see this?
No, I didn't.
What about you, Bazzil? Well, I saw it at the movies. So,
hey, nice. So this is yours.
yeah, so ding, 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 ding. We got a winner chicken dinner. And I know Cub saw it. Basically, this is set a little bit sooner after the fall of the Planet of the Apes. Is that right, Cub? It goes, it's like a prequel to the last three movies they made.
No, it's a sequel.
Is it afterwards?
Yes, it plays hundreds of years after the last one, because now the humans are completely stupid, all of them. Besides the chosen ones, the two chosen ones, and the ones that hid in the at the end, we see that they were hiding before the virus.
Oh yeah, the guy who lives up in the wall.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good actor. I thought he was kind of wasted in the role.
You mean William H. Macy?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
okay,
but the thing
hundreds
is,
of years beyond it, a prequel was a. What do I say when it comes? I guess a sequel, but it didn't feel like a sequel.
Yeah, but they were talking about Caesar, the ape from the first three movie, because that was the Caesar trilogy, and this
that's true.
It's the first one from the next trilogy. It's supposed to be the first one of a trilogy. This movie.
I sometimes get confused on these ape movies because sometimes they either have their own history or they go back to the original 70s version, or they come up with this new stuff, and it interrelates, but it's not the same.
Yeah, but did you recognize with the plot that the plot was kind of ripping off the original Planet of the Apes? But this time just with a woman instead of Charlton Heston? Because Charlton Heston was the only guy that was not affected. And he was the only smart human. And now we have a woman, the only person that is not affected at first, but and also the only smart human. Besides,
so she's playing the Heston role.
Yeah, because she's playing the Heston role, kind of. As I say, kind of, not exactly the same, but kind of. And also, we have a white old man who is, of course, a traitor.
Yeah.
So this is a so woke shit, Mary Sue shit, because we get never an explanation why she is not affected by the virus as the only person on the planet, kind of. Besides, of course, the white guy, the traitor.
Well, they do show some other people who weren't affected at the end of the movie.
No, they had to hide in a bunker and can just leave the bunker with.
Well, that's true. They're all hidden in bunkers, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
So they might be affected by the virus, you're saying, if they were exposed to it.
No, they can't leave the bunker without the suit because
they can't be exposed to it.
Yeah, because the virus is still there, and the only people who are not affected are only this woman and later this traitor guy.
Yeah, you should call her by her name, Nova.
Yeah, but it's not her name, as you know, because even this character, it's called her name is May, but they call her Nova because in this
they do.
In this,
which I thought was a great throwback. No, and that even warmed Cub's heart a little. You notice?
No, it was not a great throwback because if you have recognized in all these new Planet of the Apes movies, they constantly call all females Nova. The apes called them
but that's
Nova.
neither here nor there. And they explain that in the movie.
Yeah, they'd say that,
and it wasn't like she embraced the name. She did give them her other name, but overall, I did like the orangutan. I forget what his name was, but He kind of reminded me of Dr. Zayas. I thought he was the best ape since I'd seen since maybe Dr. Zayas. How would you rank the orangutan from the movie?
Yeah, but it was again a running thing like in the other one, here, the other ape movie, where we had again an orangutan as the big bad guy. Here, the King Kong versus Godzilla one. The Lost Empire or whatever.
I think you're thinking of the gorilla. The orangutan was the orange one who was riding on the horses with him.
Yeah, no, yes, you are right. It was a gorilla, but I mean, at the end you had the big bad ape at the end, as the big end enemy.
When they flooded the wall or whatever it was, the base.
Yeah, and why did they? What did he want? What was his motivations? He wanted weapons, human weapons. That was his whole goal, and that's why he wanted to enter the bunker.
Yeah, I thought it was really stupid to open the bunker to him, even though she got her special doohickey, which let people talk a little bit. A lot of that technology is now going to be in the hands of the ape.
No, it's not, because she flooded everything. That was her plan.
Yeah, it flooded temporarily, but I would have rather it have that giant door, not just a little water. The water goes away, Cub. They can swim through water. I mean, I prefer. What was the big advantage gained? Yeah, we flooded the tunnels, but it doesn't seem very secure. Seems like they could just dive down there and get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and also the woman was Mary Sueing her way through the whole movie, kind of, because she was kind of she knew everything, and she was an excellent fighter, and things like that, and she played all the apes against each other, because she used here this Caesar wannabe or stand-in or whatever to get into the secret entrance of this bunker, which she knew, of course. And also she was a technical expert, because she was there for platin or whatever here, what you need for transmission. So I don't know. For me, she was really kind of a Mary Sue, and it was kind of boring.
What did you think of the primary ape character? I forget his name. The one who controlled eagles and stuff, and his father controlled eagles. I thought it was a fairly well written character, and it had a decent story arc, and it made it a not too bad show. This was honestly, of the last several ape movies, this is probably the best one since the second one, back in 1970 or something.
No, I don't think so. For me, it's the worst from the new ones, and every old one is, and the new ones are not as good as as the worst from the old ones. I prefer any one of the old ones over these new ones. For me, the story.
Well, I would have said that up until this one, But this one, I'll put, because really, the last of those old ones were really, really bad. I mean, Battle for the Planet of the Apes and stuff. It's such a bad budget, and they did their best, God bless them, but they really had some bad ones at the end there.
Yeah, but at least they were kind of entertaining. Still,
they were kind of entertaining. That's why I didn't have any of these others. This one for me was a cut above, even though it had the Mary Sue whatnot. But I don't know. I didn't quite see it that way. I didn't feel it like that. I felt that it was okay. I enjoyed it. I was expecting not to, but then I did. So there you go.
Yeah, but
what can you do? I can only give you my honest review.
Yeah, but the thing for me personally was just the story was so predictable, because you knew exactly why the big bad ape wants to get into the bunker, or what his goal was. Of course, he wants weapons,
Well, yeah.
human weapons. So there was no secret or something like that. And also with this woman, she kind of was for me much too overpowered, and also I don't like it when people have for no reason a fortune or what you call it. I don't want to know why the hell was she not infected by this virus when the whole planet was.
Yeah.
Where did she come from? What's with her parents? Are they also not infected? How does this work? How did she find out that she's not infected, that she is resistant against the virus? Because normally she would have been born and then hidden in the cave or whatever, that she doesn't get in contact with the virus or not.
Yep.
So she has to find out that she is resistant. But how? How do you do that? You wouldn't risk
don't know.
that.
I honestly didn't think about it that much. But now you've given us all something to think about, Cub.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any comments? Are y'all guys there?
Yeah, so let's leave the planet of the apes.
Might be worth
Okay,
checking out.
I guess we're gonna move to the next one unless y'all have something else.
Nope, not on this end.
No.
Okay, did anybody get to see House of the Dragon? It's season 2.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad show. It's a prequel to Game of Thrones. So it goes way back to the original family of Targaryens. And you have Darnell.
Correct.
All the dragons. Aegon or Aeron is in this one, as he is in Game of Thrones. I'm talking about the dragon. Then Daenerys is in this one too. But I think she plays a different. I think she's going by a different name. But sidetrack, that one we're gonna just knock down good looking, hot. She's the one hot mama. The whole thing surrounds. I'm telling you, man. The whole thing surrounds the family, where you get two brothers. One is the king, and one is the jealous brother. And they're going into, debate about who should be the next, the heir to the throne, because there's no heir. There's no male heir. That's only heir really is a female, which is the sister.
Yeah.
And tradition holds tight that, in England, there's never been a woman to ascend the throne. And the king is okay with it. He doesn't give a shit. But his brother is jealous about it because he wants the throne. And he's not qualified to do it. He doesn't have the skill, doesn't have the education to lead people. And he's banished to another country, to another city, another country, whatever. And,
yeah, but, and don't forget, it doesn't help that she has some bastard children. Clearly, that everybody can see that she did betray her husband. Because they see it with the look of the children. Hello?
And they have some good dragon battles, at least at the end of last year. I hadn't seen any dragon battles so far yet this year, but we did have a couple of episodes. If you remember, at the end of season 1, one of the prince or whatever got murdered on Dragonback, and so the setup for this year was getting revenge by killing the royal prince or whatever you call him of the other side.
Yeah, but they couldn't manage that. They killed the wrong child because they wanted to kill the adult prince, but they killed the a baby or something like that.
Right.
And yeah, I think the show is okay. It's not really
I thought it was pretty slow this year so far. There's a lot,
it's
it's
really
a
not
slow
my
burn.
yeah, it's not so much my cup of tea because of there's are so many woke elements also in here. Again, where most of the men are really kind of put down because we see many women are ruling and then using men as their mates or something like that, like this. You see constantly these sex scenes, this disgusting sex scenes, which I couldn't stand.
Well, even anything the men do seems to be manipulated and like so easily by the women and controlled. They seem like they're really stupid. It's hard to enjoy a show when the characters are just poorly written or acting stupidly.
Yeah, the only decent man character is really this Matt Smith guy. He's kind of the only one that does what he wants and didn't get so easily manipulated and so on. But all the other ones kind of they're just kind of there and play a
Well,
role in
the
the
first
chess
two
game of
episodes have
the
been
women.
people dealing with grief too, so it's it's really slow and
Yeah,
kind of boring so
yeah,
far this year. Last year it got kind of good at times, and it had a major time jump and stuff. So there's still lots of hope. I'm not against the series. Just saying, so far, it's pretty boring.
yeah. It's a good show. It's not a bad show. It's a good show still, but uh, it's
You're gonna go through
just
slow part.
it's just not so much my cup of tea. I'm going to watch it anyway, but more for the channel, not so much because I urgently want to or something like that.
Right. But it could get really good.
Yeah, maybe they it gets better with the season, more action and things that we really want to see. So
Yeah.
let's give it another chance.
Give it time to breathe. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a red flag up.
I think overall it's gonna be a good series. It's just gonna take some time to work through the slow parts.
Well, there you go. That
yeah,
sums it up.
yeah.
Okay, I guess we can move on to the next subject. The boys. Has anybody got to see the boys? Season whatever it is.
So, god awful crap. Yeah, I watched the last episode today for the stream. Here, the fifth one, I think. It's so bad.
Yeah,
The
I watched
season.
it too,
Season
and it
sucks.
is really bad.
They try everything to piss the people off, the normal people. They have to put in that stupid politics. Have to put it in there. Shut it down your throat. And also, Frenchie is now out of nowhere gay. And why do we have
Yeah,
to sit through so many gay scenes? Why?
I don't know, but they really went overboard with the now he's gay, didn't they?
So they kind of ruined the best character, the most interesting couple. They ruined because I really like this couple here, Frenchie and this mute girl. They were really kind of interesting couple, but they ruined it completely.
Yeah, just out of
And,
nowhere.
yeah, and also in this
And it's so
episode,
boring. I don't care. I don't care about Butcher's relationship with his superpowered son. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking boring. It's like, oh, it's like watching like Family Court or something every day. I don't want to see it. I don't care. It's all make believe anyway. And this is supposed to be some super powerful kid who's clearly going to turn out to be a terrible person and kill a bunch of people, and Butcher should do something about that. But of course, he's not going to do that because, family or something.
Yeah, and
I
why
don't
do
know,
we have
but
to see
all the characters are
why
betrayed.
do we have to see so many dicks? I don't understand that. Is this Game of Thrones or what? It's worse than
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. You see
It's a
so many dicks and so many sex scenes with guys on guys that you puke. Really, I was starting to puke. It was so disgusting. And also,
it's to the point where you have to fast forward through parts.
yeah, I had to fast forward to many parts because just
I did too.
to see constantly to see man.
I'm sure
put
I
down,
missed some of the worst of it, but
yeah,
I
down,
don't see any reason for it other than maybe
yeah, and
the whole point of a lot of this seems to be anti-male. So when they
and
do what they're doing,
and anti-Trump, of
it's
course.
hard to say Cub's wrong on a lot of this, when it's so obvious.
Yeah, and also the characters act out of character the whole time. They act
that was one of my points.
Yeah, they act so stupid.
All characters are unbelievable. It's too focused on politics and family dramas. That's what I wrote down. But also, you're right. None of the characters, that's what I was saying about Butcher. Butcher should be the type to kill off somebody who's going to be a major problem, even if it's a family member. But he's totally out of character. He never considers doing that. And I'm just so tired of everybody, the Starlight or whatever. I don't care about her halfway house for troubled teens or whatever. I don't need to see episode after episode of this totally fake universe with this totally fake halfway house, and I'm forced to watch this stuff.
Yeah, and also the Starlight character. What the hell? She gets crazy when the plot needs it. Out of nowhere, she knows exactly there's a camera. It's a live event, and she goes there and beats this woman up. But she knows that this is crap. She would never do that normally. Why should she? That doesn't make any sense. They try now to establish, that she has problems with self-control and so on, but it's so unbelievable with her character. Sorry.
All the characters act unbelievably.
Yeah, and also, what is this crap with Frenchie turning himself into the police? Really?
I don't know. None of it makes sense. I can't, they've written themselves into crazy land.
Yeah, I think this was
I used to like it back in like season 1. It was a good show, but it's like all these shows. It's like Westworld. It's like not all, but most of them nowadays. You just can't. They have an original idea, but they hate the premise because they like this other stuff they want to do, which is always woke.
Yeah, they want to put their stupid politics in there, and also making fun of conspiracy theorists. I'm all for that. We have talked here about a lot of shows that make fun of conspiracy theorists, like this animated show. Can you remember? This was very good. This animated show.
Yeah, the animated show.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah, and also Resident Alien does also make fun of conspiracy theorists sometimes.
Oh, and that got a season 4. It's going to like USA Network or something.
Yeah, and we kind of like that here even. We never complained about that when it's done well. But this show tries to be smart, and the fun that how they make fun of conspiracy theorists is just embarrassing. It's really, it shows that they are just assholes when they put conspiracy theorists, they put everything as conspiracy theory, everything, even the things that are already proven that there are no conspiracy, they put it just in there. You're saying if you say anything that out of norm, then you are automatically a conspiracy theorist, and that's what they make fun about. Not actually, they didn't waste 1 second to see, okay, what makes sense in this universe, and also how can we present it without coming off as like completely biased or something like that.
That I understand.
Really, I hate this season. This season is the worst, I would say. It is even worse than the last 2 seasons, and they were also bad.
It's unwatchable. I put down the last thing, a waste of time to watch.
Yeah, the only reason I watched it was just because of Jess, that I have to talk, that I have something to talk about.
Well, yeah, and I've been watching it for years. I mean, it's slowly gotten worse, but this is ridiculous. This year, if they went off the deep end, and it's all about Trump, and it's all about all kinds of their politics. They talked to the showrunner or something, and he was proud of it. Oh, of course it's about Trump, Homelander and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and of course they make it the most. It's just really hard to watch. I don't want to hear pro Trump. I don't want to hear pro Biden. I'd rather just have these other worlds be separated from my stuff. You know what I mean? Is it so much sad?
Yeah, and by the way,
I guess that's enough for that. Time to move on to the next one.
Yeah, but no, by the way, talking about conspiracy theory or whatever, we have talked about Civil War or not. Yeah, the stupid movie. It's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah, that's supposed to be anti-Trump, whatever. But the thing that happens in Civil War, if you can remember, it's the president that don't want to give up power once a third term or whatever. And now, do you know where Civil War is now actually in reality? In Ukraine. Because this Zelensky guy is not elected anymore. His term ended months ago or whatever, a month ago, 2. And now he is kind of the character from Civil War. The Civil War tried to make a project on Trump. But in fact, in reality, it's one of their guys, Zelensky, from the Ukraine. He's not an elected president anymore, but he stays in power, just like Civil War, like in Civil War, the president.
Yeah,
all that is likely to change after this mess gets resolved, because the people are going to force the allies, and of course the people in Ukraine are going to force an election.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Frankly, I mean, I don't get the idea of these people wanting to stay in power for life. Politics is a hard life. It's miserable. Yeah, I mean, it could be, you get a shitload of wealth out of it, but you're screwing your life. 1 term, 2 terms is good enough. Get the hell out, go enjoy your life. That's the way I look at it. We got politicians here in the U.S. like Sheila Jackson Lee, but in the damn Congress forever. And why?
If you look at our Civil War, I mean, even Lincoln in the Civil War had the election, in the middle of, the war. So you really should hold the election.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, it's a different situation what Ukraine is going through, because everywhere you turn, they're getting bombarded by missiles and rockets. It's not safe. They can't.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't. No, Bazzil, they don't.
I guess
you can you can spend your holidays in Ukraine officially. There are airlines flying there, and I can book a holiday today if I want, and tomorrow I'm in Ukraine and spending my holiday there. There is no this war. The war is just at the front line. It's not in the country. In the country, there's zero war or anything.
Wow.
Hey, should we go on to the next topic?
What's that?
What was that?
Yeah, what was that? Invasion?
What was that?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
it
what?
was really strange.
Greg, I just wanted to mention that because it was kind of fitting here to conspiracy theory and so on. All right, let's move
All
on.
right.
Yeah.
I think my equipment is failing. I keep hearing power low. So let's just move on and get as much as we can done. If I fade out, then you take over, Basil.
Yeah, sure.
Basil
So,
and the Sweet Battle Dragons.
Right. Okay, so the next one,
More
which I
contagious.
haven't seen, is Furiosa. Did you get a chance to see it, anybody?
yeah,
No.
sadly. Yeah, Kat, tell us everything about your new feminist favorite movie, Furiosa.
I never have seen it.
Okay.
What about
right.
you, Basil?
Not quite.
You didn't see it?
Nope. I was busy.
Maybe we save it for next time, or
Long,
we could
long.
just listen to Cub. Cub, you could tell us about it.
Yes, it's a prequel to Furiosa Road, here to the last one. It's the biggest bomb of the year, and it sucks. There's really not much to say about it. You see Furiosa as a child, and then is a hard cut, and then you see not Furiosa from the old movie, the new Furiosa actress having revenge for the deaths of one of her mothers, because she also comes from a witchcraft coven, only women, where only women live, and her two mothers try to rescue her, but just one of them gets further or whatever, and she gets killed, and in a stupid scene,
Did you
by the
say it
way.
was a witch's coven?
Yeah, it's the same like Acolyte. There's this
Okay.
village. There's this village. The Green Land is a village exclusively with women. There are a few men there, so 2 or 3 men, I think, but 20 or 30 or 40 women. So it's kind of like the coven here from Acolyte, and all the work is done. The man's work is done by the women, and also, of course, the hunting and fighting and everything. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe also a lesbian thing, because her two moms kind of go after the the kidnappers, and also she has also a little sister. So it's really again just all about women again in a Mad Max movie without Mad Max, of course. And they have even the balls to show a recreated scene from Mad Max 2 that they put Mad
Now,
Max
I heard it
into
had
the
some
movie.
good visuals. Did it have did it look like a good movie?
Yeah, it looks okay, but it looks completely fake also.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have bothered. All the scenes look so artificial, CGI whatsoever. It shows really it looks like that, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't have distract me so much if the story would have been any interesting. But I just don't care for the Furiosa character. I just don't care for her. I care for Mad Max. I don't care for.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
You go to see a Mad Max movie, you want to see Mad Max.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, that's all I can say. I have made a review about it. If people are interested in my opinion, it's on my channel. And same goes also for Planet of the Apes.
Well, there you
And
go. For a fuller review, go to Cub's channel,
yeah, and
which is the Lone Wolf Cub.
yeah, and but as I said, this is not for me. I just watched it for the stream. I would never have watched it because I couldn't stand the last one. I couldn't stand Fury Road or Furiosa Road or whatever because it sucked. There was Mad Max.
I was just picturing the movie poster, for whatever movie and at the bottom, it's not for Cub.
Yeah, it's not for Cub. That's for sure.
Not for Cub.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so I would say let's go to the next one. This one sucks.
Okay, the next one is Bad Boys 4.
Oh, okay. So
Did
I
anybody
guess
get to see this?
No.
I couldn't.
really? Really? I thought this was more a movie for all you three, not because it was also not for me. I'm not a Bad Boys fan.
Well, sorry. It sounds like we're striking out on this one. Even Cub didn't see it.
No, I saw it, but I'm not a Bad Boys fan. Doesn't make sense when I talk about it, because I
No,
can
it
just
wouldn't.
say I can't say it's the second best of the series. But that this doesn't mean much for me because I couldn't even stand the first one. So I could see that if you like Bad Boys anyway, then this is for you. If you didn't
No, there
never
you go.
liked it, it's not for
I
you.
think we could talk about the fact that it seems to be doing pretty well at the box office, and I think that's because it's like not a girl boss movie. I think there are guys who are just looking for anything that's not starring some young girl who's gonna, yell at them.
Yeah, and also I like the parts
So
in
they're
it.
going to see bad movies that are starring. There's no way this one's gonna be girl boss. I think that's why it's doing well.
Yeah, and I like the parts in it when it turns into Lethal Weapon, because at one point it just turns directly, completely into Lethal Weapon. It's a Lethal Weapon copy, and I like Lethal Weapon, and I like also a Lethal Weapon copy. I'm completely cool with that when it's made done well,
Right?
because they try
Hey,
to
we're talking a good action flick.
yeah, because they try to clean the name of the of the dead superior. Here, they said, yeah, he was involved into drug traveling or whatever, and they say no way, and now they try to clear his name, and then it turns directly, completely into Lethal Weapon. And you have this dynamic between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, which is good. And yeah, that's all that I can say about it. I'm not a fan of Will Smith in general. I like him in Man in Black, but that's it. And that's why this movie is not for me. And I don't like this comedy.
Yeah, he's not good in a lot of stuff. Some stuff he is good in. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on all that. We got If. Let's move to If.
Yeah.
Did anybody get to see that? I think we lost Bazzil.
No.
What's it called?
We got him again. He got him back again. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
imaginary,
Did you get to see If, Bazzil?
I can't hear
friend.
shit.
If is imaginary friend, by the way.
Okay. No, I didn't. And that's weird.
I didn't
No.
see it.
Yeah, Basil, did you see it?
Oh, if? No,
Yeah.
wait, no. I watched the first couple minutes and I said enough. I can't.
Oh no!
That ain't
Yeah,
worth
We
it.
were so close. We were so close, Bazzil.
Yeah, but Basil is right. The movie sucks. It's kind.
So that worked out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Bazzil made the right call.
Yeah, yes,
So
because
Bazzil gets it one. Bazzil gets it 3 battle swords down.
it's kind of like Drop Dead Fred, but
Oh wow, I love that movie.
yeah, but in serious, without the funny part, it's meant serious.
That would suck.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of movie is that then?
Yeah, and also it's supposed to be like a children's movie, but also it has adult things in it that don't fit at all. Like you have a little girl that goes on her own in a big company's tech company or whatever, not tech company here, a big company, searching for somebody she wants to bring together again with his former imaginary friend. And how does she do that? She waits in the man's bathroom for him. A little girl, and this same little girl also goes on her own to an abandoned amusement park where these imaginary friends live from all the people, and things like that. You have scenes like that in there where you think,
Here
what
goes
is
again,
this?
Greg.
You have the scenes and you don't know if is this a satire? Is it meant seriously, or is it for adults? I don't know.
Okay, I want to get to the last topic before my power dies. The First Omen. That's the last movie.
Who has seen it besides me?
I didn't get to see it. Did anybody
Me
else?
either. Nope.
And I made a review about it anyway, and also I thought the movie is okay as a prequel to The Omen.
Okay,
But
cool.
it's not really, from my point of view, it can't be any prequel to The Omen. But as a movie for itself, it's okay.
I thought that the Heretic 2 was the prequel to. Oh no, you're talking about The Omen. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm gonna watch that movie then. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's taken over by aliens. Have you heard that, Chad? I think we lost Greg to the body snatchers because it's the same. Yeah, wasn't that the sound when the body snatchers take over somebody?
Yeah.
Greg,
Yeah.
are you still Greg, or are you already a body snatcher?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
But you sound so different.
Yeah,
So calm. Are you a body snatcher, or are you?
Yeah, my
still Greg?
earbuds just died, so I'm talking to a
That's
different
what the whole
device.
problem was. All that howling or whistling.
Cat,
Funky sounds.
Cat,
Was there a whistling?
do you
Yeah.
trust this guy, Cat?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like Greg. Yeah, sound a little bit different. No, he sounds
Hey, I
like
got to get rid of my pod.
yes, he sounds
gotta
like
charge him up,
somebody
that's
who was
Yeah.
taking over of something. Clearly.
Keep in charge, Grego. You'll be fine.
So that was the last topic. Really?
Yeah, that was it.
Can't be.
That was it. That was all.
Wow.
Even
And
with
it's
all the
only
extra ones you
1:38.
added.
Whew.
Wait a
Right? Well, you
second.
said you wanted to go faster. So
Yeah,
I
but-
cut some of your speeches
Congratulations,
short.
country. You made it.
Yeah, but wait a second. What was?
You done it, boys. You done
it's,
done it.
Hey.
No, really. Yes, you are right. I think that were all the topics for today. And
You're admitting it. You can't believe it.
no, I still can't believe it.
Hey, did anybody else see the debates? I didn't watch it.
Oh God!
I didn't get
that's
to
a
see it
big-
yet either.
It was a joke. Oh my God! Mine
maybe-
looked like he was. You know what? In a way, it was a good thing because it shows the world that we actually have a senile jackass for a president.
Hey, wait a second, Greg. You have forgotten something.
Uh-oh.
Doctor Who. You was
Oh,
forgotten
yeah.
the worst thing ever. The first thing
He
ever
wasn't
created.
on the list. I didn't put him on. You didn't put him on.
Yeah.
I thought you said you weren't watching that.
Hey,
I
nice.
didn't watch any of it. You said we
Nice
didn't have
try.
to watch it.
What? No, that doesn't sound
Right.
like me. I told
Yeah.
you this is not Greg anymore. I told you that.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's
no,
been captured by the body snatchers.
yeah. Yeah. I would say let's call
Well,
him.
tell us about Doctor Who. None of us saw it, Cub. So go ahead. It's your show. You can keep talking.
Okay, so let's forget about it. Yeah, it's gay
Oh.
and it sucks. Okay, that's my review.
Yeah, I heard
on
it was
Doctor Who.
terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
really bad. The worst.
It
Really,
was bad.
And
really,
I
there
mean, it was bad enough to where I stopped watching it a few years ago.
yeah.
Not that I
Mhm.
was a huge Doctor
Yeah.
Who person. I mean, the curly-haired, what was it, Tom Baker?
Tom
With the
Baker,
scarf
yeah.
and the, you know, we had. You remember the opening where it's like, doo, doo,
Yeah,
you know, the
yeah, that was-
square and
yeah.
shooting by. And I remember that. I remember we'd watch it, you know, Saturday night, late night, or something. But I never was a Doctor Who person. It wasn't that good. But I mean,
Doctor
it was
Who was weird.
okay.
Just like Doctor
Now,
Strange was. It was funky.
now it's
Funky, I
terrible,
should say.
unwatchable
Yeah.
direct.
Yes, really. It's so gay, and you have even one episode where he is kissing, making out with another man. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, they really went overboard on the boys with the man's kissing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, but also
And
in Doctor Who.
and
Also in
also
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. So
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot of that stuff, and I mean, hardcore.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it breaks records constantly. This new Doctor Who show, because it's the
Yeah, for
lowest
people not watching.
viewed. Yes, it's the lowest viewed episode. It has all the lowest viewed episodes from all Doctor Who since 60 years. It has every. It has the record on the lowest. I think the 5 or 6 lowest viewed episodes are all in this 8-episode season. And yeah, yeah, but we don't have to talk about it. It's just bad. It's unwatchable.
Well, I guess we should end up the stream then, and see y'all again in 2 months.
Yeah, sadly, I hope in 2 months you have a better equipment.
I hope so.
Yeah, so yeah, let's just say thank you to the people who listen to us. And I have my upcoming review is Jurassic Park, because I'm now in the middle of the Michael Crichton retrospective series, which contains 7 videos, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say it was a great stream. I enjoyed being with you, Cub, as always.
Yo,
And
thanks,
look forward to
Chris.
the next one.
Yeah, also looking forward to.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
And we actually got away with a lot of crazy political discussions.
Yeah, we have a low here with entertainment and so on. There's
Oh,
really
that's
not
good.
many good things
Yeah.
coming out. I think we have
Okay,
only
that's good.
recommended 2 movies, I think, or not this time.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah,
We're still live on the air, people.
yeah, yeah. So,
Maybe we ought to do a review on the body snatchers for the next one.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm saying,
Greg can give us a first-hand experience.
yeah. So I'm saying goodbye, and so